Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, defense.
Wait on.
Man up, D.
Wait hot.
53 is the Mike. They can't hang with us.
Wait hot.
Cousins on first down. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
53. Got to do better. Come on, QB.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, it's Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they're running the jet sweep. This is Jeffrey. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Cousins to throw it. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing, Cousins, and Diggs has it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead now stands at 13. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you...
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw is Cousins. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
First and 10.
Play action now. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
To try again after the sack. Cousins able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action. Cousins steps away. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain lengths short of the 1st, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. To throw is Wentz. He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
And some pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this score will stay right where it is. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, he tried it from the parking lot.
Watch the run, watch the run.
play fake. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Eagles nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They run with Howard, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. 66 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
You hear me?
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20!
Check, walk 54, walk 54.
64, man!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40! He's at the 30. 10! Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
That's the way.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Fighting through. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give him a gain of 37. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Niners 14, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the team...
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We're going to talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
7 yards there and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 60 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Boy, a little panic here early. A first quarter onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection and he's going to go down again. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face, and the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, Cousins again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After 17-7 the score on EA Sports. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 73 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
I can't believe they even let you play.
21. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 88 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage. This
is taken just shy of the 10 here. And And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the side?
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back and forth. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Here we go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on.
To throw is Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit doesn't.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
It's complete to Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. Johnson, the intended target. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw, Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. D Ford, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
54. Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This is Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Coleman now. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. 1-yard gains are trending the same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play fake. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Nick Bosa, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. On play action, Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Great solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman. Able to get a hand in. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Johnson was the intended receiver. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Sherrills to return it.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Here's Cousins. And that